This question is asking us to create an equation to model the change in the number of animals helped each year. Gives us the year 2010, which I'm going to call year 0 because it is easier to manage a 0 than a 2010. And in year 0 they had 8,450 animals. In 2011, which I'm going to call year 1, they had 8,428 animals. In year 2012, which I'm going to call year 2, they had 7,668 animals. In year 3, which is 2013, they had 7,586 animals. And in year 4, which is 2014, they had 6,514 animals. As we talked about in class, this could be modeled with a polynomial 1 degree less than the number of data points. I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data points, so that could be a 4th degree polynomial, 1 less than the number of data points, at most. That could be an equation, ax to the 4th plus bx cubed plus cx squared plus dx plus e. So then my next step is to figure out, if I substitute in year for x and substitute in the number of animals for y, what could that equation look like for each possible year? So I'm going to start with 0. So a times 0 to the 4th power plus b times 0 to the 3rd power plus c times 0 squared plus d times 0 plus e equals 8, 4, 5, 0. It's one of my equations. I can simplify this, but that's just going to be a to 0 plus b 0 plus c 0 plus d 0 plus e. Instead of e, we can write 1 equals 8450. Okay. Here's one possible equation. So I can repeat that for 1. So a 1 to the 4th plus b 1 cubed plus c 1 squared plus d 1. Instead of writing e, I can write 1. And when I put in 1, I get out 8428. Okay, so simplifying that, I get a1, b1, c1, d1 plus 1 equals 8428. That's a second equation that we can use in our calculator analysis. The next equation would be a 2 to the 4th plus b times 2 cubed plus c times 2 squared plus d times 2 plus 1. When I put in 2, I get out 7668. 7668. Simplifying that, 2 to the 4th is 16a plus 8b plus 4c plus 2d plus 1 equals 7668. Third equation is done. I need to repeat that again for 3. So a 3 to the 4th plus b 3 cubed plus c 3 squared plus d times 3 plus 1. If I put in 3, I get out 7586. 7586. Simplifying that, 3 to the 4th power is 81. 3 cubed is 27. 3 squared is 9. So I have another equation that I can use. And the last equation is a 4 to the 4th plus b 4 cubed plus c 4 squared plus d 4 plus 1. Put in 4, I get out 6514. So 4 to the 4th is 64. 4 cubed is, actually 4 cubed is 64. 4 to the 4th is 256. 4 squared is 16. And it all equals 6514. So here's yet another equation we can use. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to click on our calculator second, and then the inverse sign next to the -1. And what that's going to give us is our ability to get into the matrix menu. You're going to want to tab over to the edit button. When you get into the edit button, it's going to tell you matrix A, and it's going to say something by something, some number by some other number. We know that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms, so that's going to be, our width is 6, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equations. So we need to make sure our matrix says 5 by 6. Then it's going to highlight the first option for us in our matrix, and we're just going to type in all of the coefficients from our first equation, and then we're going to set that equal to 8450, which will be the last number we type in. So we're going to type in 0, enter, 0, enter, 0, enter, 0, enter, 1, enter, 8450, enter. Now we need to come, so this equation is done. Now we need to come into our next equation, and we're going to type in all of those coefficients. 1, enter, 1, enter, 1, enter, 1, enter, 1, enter, 8428, enter. Second equation is done. Type in all of the coefficients for our third equation. 16, enter, 8, enter, 4, enter, 2, enter, 1, enter, 7, 6, 6, 8, enter. That equation's done. Type in all of our coefficients for our next equation. 81, enter, 27, enter, 9, enter, 3, enter, 1, enter, 7, 5, 8, 6, enter. That one's done. Time to type in our last one. All the coefficients and what it equals. 256, enter, 64, enter, 16, enter, 4, enter, 1, enter, 65, 14, enter. Our matrix is now done. We need to hit that second x to the -1 button again. This time, instead of hitting edit, we're going to go over to the math tab. You can scroll all the way down to find the ref function, or you can hit alpha lock B. The next thing you're going to have to do is type in that you want matrix A. So you're going to go into second, x minus 1. You're going to highlight matrix A and just type enter. You're going to close your parentheses around that and hit enter. Everything that's to the right of that new matrix that it gives you are your coefficients for A, and you can write those in. -128.5 x squared, or sorry, not x squared, x to the 4th. Now instead of writing B, it's 1007x cubed. Instead of writing C, it's minus 2490.5x squared. And then you're going to add in your 1590x and add in 8450 as your constant, and we are all done. This is the equation that would model it. Now you can check to see if you get that same equation by doing stat, enter all of the data from the table, and then do stat calc. And you can actually do a linear regression, you could do a cubic regression, and this would be a quartic regression, and see if your r squared values get closer to 1. Whichever one of those has an r squared value closer to 1, that's the equation that you want to use.